morning, everyone. Today, you are going to be starting in on your research project for Mrs. Macron's music classes. You are going to be selecting an artist and researching them a little bit, finding some interesting facts from different sources, and then putting together a Google Slides presentation to share your information with others. So a couple of things to keep in mind while you're starting your research. Keep the big picture in mind. What do you want your Google Slides presentation to look like? Keep that in mind even when you're doing your research so that you can kind of keep an outline in your head about which pieces of information you still need to find. But when you're using Google Slides, there's a lot of neat features, like adding in music from a YouTube site. I'm going to show you how to put the link, embed it into your Google Slides presentation. That's going to be really helpful and a great way to let your viewers see the piece that you are studying. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is open up a new Google Slides presentation. You can get there by opening up your browser and clicking on the waffle in the upper right-hand corner. That'll bring up your Google Apps, and you can click on Slides from there, and that will bring you to this screen. You can start a blank presentation, use a template from their gallery, or this is where you can access recent presentations you've created as well. Let's click on a blank presentation. Now, when I open up a blank presentation, there are several themes that you can use, and you can see them on the right-hand side. I'm going to select the pink slides because that's my favorite color. And when I do, I am going to come up with my presentation. To add a new slide, you're going to click on the plus button over here on the upper left-hand corner. And I would even add a title up here in the upper left-hand corner. I titled it what the presentation is so that it's easier to find. You can also save this right to a folder, which we talked about in a previous video about. Remember how I said it's important to think of your outline in your head? This is where I sketch out what I want my final presentation to look like. So right now, before I've even done my research, I want to lay out my presentation slides so that I have my template now sketched out on paper. So I'm going to start with the title. This is my awesome title. And then let's say that I am studying Claude Debussy. You're going to see on my next slide that I already typed his name in. I can fill in other information once I learn it from my research. I'll leave a couple of slides for some interesting information, and then I always put a works cited page at the end. This is important because you need to always cite where you got your information from. Always give credit where credit is due. Okay, let's get to the fun part, the actual research. Now, from Clever, remember Clever is not Google, it's not a search engine. Google isn't a search engine either. Clever is like a suitcase that you open up, and in it are all the apps that you use here at school. So it's really helpful. You'll notice under Library Resources, you'll see the Knox Library Media Center. That's where I am, but I made this visible to you as well. That way you can access all of the resources that I have on there as well. You can also link right to my YouTube channel from there as well, and there's Noodle Tools, which can help you with citations. We'll cover that in another video. For right now, we're going to click on the Knox Library Media Center, which brings you to the home page of my library page. I'm going to click on Research. When you scroll down, you'll see all the different databases that we subscribe to here at school. One of them is WorldBook Online. WorldBook is where you're going to find a lot of information. When you first click into WorldBook, it might ask you for a login, which I will give to your teacher. It's very easy to remember. Once you type it in, the computer will remember. But once you get to the main screen, it's going to look like this. There's several different options. I want you to click on the one that says Kids. If you think you might want a little bit more information, you can click on Student, but for today, I'm going to click on Kids. That's the elementary level of WorldBook. We're going to click on Important People, and now I can type in my composer's name. The article that comes up is all about him. By clicking on this, I can read through the article. It will read it aloud to me if I'd like. There's a lot of other neat facets in here. There's pictures of him. You can even listen to some of his songs. So from here, now I can spend my time researching and learning everything that I'd like to learn about my composer. And look at this. At the end of the article, it gives you the citation right here. This is the only time that you can copy and paste something from the internet into your presentation. By left-clicking this entire MLA citation and right-click and click Copy. Then I can go back over to my presentation to that Works Cited page, and then right-click and click on Paste. And what do you know? It's already all in there, perfectly organized for me. It is so easy. So once I put in my information, you can see I have some neat facts about him, some songs he created that I got from our research article. And remember, if you need any help about how to do this research project, you can always access this video through my library YouTube page. Okay, another note about putting in your facts in your presentation. Make sure that you are not copy and pasting. We want to hear the information that you learned in your own words. So you'll notice that the facts that I found, I put them in my own words. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is to insert a picture. Now, a neat thing with Google Slides is that you can actually search copyright-free images on the web right through Google Slides. So I'm going to get to the slide that I'd like to add a picture in and click on Insert Image. And you'll notice you can upload an image from your computer, from your drive, or you can click Search the Web. I'm going to type in Claude here. And now all these images come up. I can select the one that I'd like, click Insert, and now it brought it right into that slide. Now, obviously, it's covering up my words. So I am going to resize it by left click and dragging from the corner. I would recommend dragging from the corner because then it resizes the entire picture instead of just part of it. And I can just keep doing that until I make it as small as I'd like. I think that looks perfect. And now my presentation looks pretty nice because I was able to even put a photo in. All right, the next thing we're going to do is really going to impress Mrs. Mack. Before my Works Cited page, kind of like the end of my presentation, and I put a Listen to This text box. Now, all I had to do, because I just used the themes here, is to just click into the text box and add in my words. I'm going to insert a link here so that viewers can listen to a song from my composers. So I'm going to click on Insert, and I'm going to click on a link. I go to YouTube and insert the link that I'd like. So let's say that I want to insert this YouTube video link. I'm going to just copy the address, go right back over to my presentation, and paste it into that link box. I can even have a different text message like Miss Courts. I used a video that I made all about Mount Marcy, so it doesn't have to do with my composer. But just to show you how this works, we're going to click Apply, and now my link is in my video. So when I present my presentation, I can just click on that link and it will show my video. Pretty neat. So, are you ready to impress Mrs. Macron with your research skills? Because now it is your time to do your research. Have fun. Now this is really exciting. Find someone who interests you and then have fun exploring and learning all about them. We can't wait to see your finished work.